is up, guys? Hello, hello. Another fantastic day. You got your boots on third blueprint, still no gem. That is rough indeed. Gun put Stanovics on his top builds on stream today. This is going to be expensive. I don't know about that. He always puts Cyclone on the bottom of his list, but he has included it for a few leagues now, so. Yeah, I saw Licati's build. I'm going to leave it at that. All right, guys. Today, we are going to practice farming boots. Yeah. So we got our character from yesterday that we did our Eater X arc on. And essentially today is going to be about showing you guys, you know, ideally how would you farm boots in SSF. So if you want to play this build, and you would like to do it SSF, I get a question asked a lot, how would you farm boots? And we're going to go over that today. Interesting. Did they brick a Wiccan PoE trade? An update for PoE? Yeah, I think the tool is bricked. Well, it's a good thing we're not doing the hardcore SSF run as an option, because I wouldn't have an exit macro right now. I'd have to play legit. Yeah. Well, that's unfortunate. I guess we're going to be doing a lot of this today. Alright, so yeah, we're going to go ahead and create an atlas specifically for farming heists. So basically when you're playing SSF, there's two ways that you can get Stampede. You can get it from farming Blight or Blight Ravaged maps, or you can do it by farming Heist. Heist is the preferred way to do it. So basically when you spec your atlas, you're going to go for the heist points here. Because we don't have all of our void stones yet, because this is a day 2 character, we're going to still pick up all this map stuff here. You're going to grab these heist nodes. This node, Dutiful Soldier, is really good because it gives us Huck in maps, and we can equip Huck with an item that gives us a haste aura. So this is actually really good to take, because pretty soon we'll have Huck, and when we're farming low-level blueprints and maps, he's going to give us haste aura, which is Really nice. You're going to take this heist cluster over here. And we want to take the one that has contracts that are more likely to give us deception, so we can run a lot of Giannas. Gianna makes it so that when you're doing a heist, basically she gives you like a 40% reduction cost on doing reveals. So you want to do as many reveals on your blueprint wings with Gianna because she is going to be more efficient with your coins. So the Atlas info I don't think was data mined, Cup. So on my website I have my Atlas stuff from 3.28, but I don't have anything updated for 3.29. I checked your stream one time and now you're all my recommendations. Are you going to be playing SSF at League Start? I'm either going to play Hardcore Trade or Hardcore SSF. I haven't really decided yet what I want to do. So typically when I'm playing SSF, I have three main types of trees. The first one is like a Blight Heist tree. This is for essentially farming boots, right? This tree is all about farming boots here. This is the Colonel Atlas tree. So like I was saying, we take the things like Heist, and then we also take the Blight nodes because we can do Blight while we're mapping. And then we can run those blighted maps that drop, and there's a very small RNG chance we can get Stampede from that, but it's always worth doing. What's up, Drift? For my second Atlas tree on SSF, I usually do something that's more based around farming like crafting materials. So Harvest, Essence, and Expedition are really good on SSF. Harvest is really good for just yes, we're going to be farming boots tonight. So Harvest is really good for just like fixing things on gear, crafting some early items. Expedition's really good with ROG. Essence, because you're going to want Contempts if you're going to try to craft and fracture. And then I go for ores because ores are what you use now to generate currency from King's March. So yeah. And then for my last Atlas tree on SSF, I typically go for Destructive Play. This tree is designed around generating maps so that I can do Shaper Elder for the Void Stone. So once I basically get boots and I get some gear, I'll set up my last Atlas tree for just generating Shaper and Elder, like Guardian maps, also Cyrus maps, Synthesis maps, things like that. And then once I'm past this point, I'll go back and change one of the SSF trees to whatever content I feel like farming. This will all be updated when we have the information for 3.29 trees, and I can update them accordingly. But thematically, it'll stay the same. It'll be one tree for farming boots, one tree for early gear progression, and one tree for farming maps to complete Voidstone. As far as the early progression goes, I am probably more than likely going to incorporate mercenaries into this tree. So instead of doing ores, I might drop all the points for ores and actually spec into the mercenary stuff. I think farming mercenaries is going to be very strong in SSF. Typically they generate really good gear on their loadouts, and we can actually use the Atlas tree based on the reveal to specify strongly increase the likelihood of seeing specific mercenaries that we would fight for their bases. So it's gonna be pretty good. So this will probably be like a Harvest Essence mercenary tree. And like I said, that's all on my website, sanavix.com. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about some heist. Stampede during trade leagues is going to be cracked for Legion sacrificing. Yeah. So here's the thing. You can't sacrifice. Oh, you can sacrifice. You can sacrifice Stampede and put the implicit on a randomly generated pair of boots. The only thing for me is like we lose the Anoint on Stampede. So I'm trying to determine like what is worth losing the Anoint on Stampede, and I'm not really sure what that looks like right now. It did, but I'm not selecting it, so I'm not. It was meticulous appraiser. I don't have this selected right now. Yeah, that will brick your map sustain, so you don't want to take this one right there. Yeah. All right, so we've got pretty much all the blight and heist nodes. I'm probably gonna fit some shrines in here just for some like good power creep till we get some better gear. It'd be really nice when we're doing blight too. And as we complete more maps on the Atlas, we'll be able to round out some more points. This is basically the tree that we're going to play. Oh yeah, let's go ahead and fix that. And we can put that up here. We'll see if I have enough points to actually get that. I need to complete some unique maps. I need to do like invitations, I think, and unique maps to get the rest of these points. I got the unique map, so it's invitations basically, nightmare maps, and pinnacle bosses. All right, which we're not doing any of that shit tonight. So, all right. So how does heist farming work? We have our tree. We have our map sustain. So how does this work? Essentially, based on testing, the best way to get Replica Stampede to spawn and heist is to run lower level blueprints. If you run high level blueprints, there are a wider variety of Replica uniques that can be in the rewards room and take up a slot that could be Replica Stampede. So you typically want to run, it's around like T3 and T4 maps seem to be the sweet spot on our testing. Although in theory, like, they should be able to appear in tier 1. But yeah, I found that by a lot of times if I run like the lowest level blueprints, and this is all RNG, it could be that anything as this low is good. But basically we're trying to reduce the amount of items like that could take up the spot of a Replica Stampede in the rewards room. That is the general idea here. So we're gonna just run some tier 4 maps, and we want to run these as quickly as possible. We'll stop and do the blights because those are good if we get blighted maps. And yeah, I like to do Castle Ruins. It's kind of a nice clear area for this. Although I guess Dunes would be fine too, and Dunes is like, you know, I guess whatever. Oh yeah, it's too low tier. That's why I do Castle Ruins. And for 6 link cards. So I'm trying to do a layout that's that isn't like annoying. I could do pen, but I find pen to be like, let's do one pen and just see what the layout feels like. But it's kind of like not an efficient layout to farm because it's just a lot of fucking turns and twists and like super annoying to run this. But yeah, basically you just come in here and you just like, you know, we're looking for essentially stashes or caches, I should say. And then when we come across a blight, we'll do the blight. Fucking fucking Chaos Degen is crazy. And that's what we're looking right for, is that blueprint that we just got. That is essentially what we are looking for. There's another cache right there. And wow, 2 blueprints right off the bat. That's pretty good. And that's it, guys. Basically, we're just farming blueprints. And then we're going to run the blueprints. Now, you're going to notice that I have a buff right here. This buff is called Blight Reach. And basically, that buff gives us 1 minute after we finish a Blight. Any maps that drop from monsters have the potential to be a blighted map. And that's from our Atlas tree. Yeah, I just don't like the doors in here, dude. It's too... I'm going to be doing a lot of doors and heist. I don't want to deal with doors on my map. Although the 6 link would be nice. Now, typically at this point, you should just exit the map once your Blight Reach buff is done. Simply because, on average, there's only going to be about 2 caches in a map. Once you loot those 2 caches and you do the Blight, there really isn't a reason to stay in the Blight map anymore at all. Is this build pretty strong with most heists? Yeah, and we're also running low-level blueprints, so it's like super chill, like really easy and super chill. Alright, so that is it, guys. That is how this works. I'll show you, we're actually going to go to heist real quick so I can dump all this stuff in there. Now, I like to farm up a lot of blueprints before I actually start doing them. I like to have at least like 5 blueprints or more before I actually start running a bunch of them. So we'll get some generated here before we do heist stuff. We do have to unlock all the rogues, but that only takes about like 2 or 3 minutes because you get the rogues by simply going into a contract and then you can bounce. Alright, so yeah, let's do... Actually, what would be the most efficient area to do this in? I usually do Castle Ruins, but is there a better map that's lower than T4 that would be more convenient for this? Grotto could be good. Actually, Atoll could be really good because it's basically like just a giant... It's straight paths. I wonder how Atoll will feel. Basically just straight paths. What's up, Val? You hate how it loops, though? Yeah. There's actually nodes that I want to swap on the tree here. So we're actually going to drop these 2 points, and we're going to pick up... These 2 points are actually really good right here. They reduce the cost of your towers when you're mapping. So you want to use those. We'll have to wait to the next map, though, for that to take effect. They're buffing dot DPS? Crazy, dude. Are we gonna go play some Chaos dot? Alright, so you can see right there we got a blighted map. We will run these probably tonight simply because blighted maps are chill and they're low level. And once again, there is a chance we could get Stampede. Stampede from Blight is like a really low drop chance. It's not what you want to do on SSF, but because we're going to get some of these just from doing heist blueprint farms, it's definitely worth doing them simply because you never know, right? You might get lucky. Yeah, I think overall I prefer Castle Ruins if I'm going to do this. Yeah, I think Castle Ruins is going to be the play, honestly. Come on, I got all of these to gen on this map, and I'm not going to get one blueprint game. Crazy. Yep. Tried and true, Castle Ruins it is. Should I do the blighted maps first that we get and just like YOLO a Stampede right off the bat? That'd be crazy, right? This is how I prefer to get Stampede. So getting Stampede from Blight is very RNG. A better way is to farm Heist for Replica. Farming Heist for Replica Stampede is a more guaranteed way. Or it's better RNG, a little bit more deterministic. So once again, we're looking for these caches here. And there's another blueprint. It's for bossing Penguin, so that way we have the ability for our clones to summon on single target. Thanks for the follow, by the way. Yeah, so there's a problem on private leagues, it looks like, where if you complete the Atlas boss or the Voidstone boss, the next map you do auto-completes your Atlas. I don't know why that's a thing on private leagues. Private leagues should be treated like entirely separate from, but I think the way they coded it is it syncs to whatever your parent league is, in this case standard. And so we just unfortunately get those updates. Thanks, Nick, for the follow. That is a pretty horrible change that they've done to the Atlas, and that's something that needs to be fixed, in my opinion. It's just really unfortunate. I'm gonna kill boss in case we get a blighted map off him. Not even a regular map. Appreciate all the work on the PUB and YouTube vids. Can't wait to start the build. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Thank you, thank you. Thanks, Bane, for the follow. Thank you, thank you. Thank you guys for all the support. Really appreciate it. It's about like it works out to about a 30% less damage, but I have a speed variant brute that uses Mage Blood that does like about 120 million damage right now. So for like, you know, juiced mapping and stuff, that's more than enough. I did update the POV guys at work today. I did work some stuff back around in our bossing build that still uses Stampede and Tumult. Is up to almost 300 million damage again, which is pretty cool. So we got that up to about, ooh, we're gonna get lots of maps on this here. So we got that up to about 300 million again, which I'm pretty happy about. I think we might be able to squeeze some more damage into it, so we'll see. For the bossing build. So I'm just looking for another cache. I'm also got that Blight Reach buff, so that way we can try and see if we get any more blighted maps from this run. I think it's like what you were saying, Chris, when you were doing your videos the other day. It's like, just go in and blast the boss, right? As much damage as possible when you're doing like uber boss farming. It just makes the most sense. I think the Petrified Blood was like a good take on if you wanted to do like 80% Delirium farm maps or something. But now that I've played the Deep Delve tank version of the build, I can't see myself ever trying to play anything else that's tanky. You know what I mean? Like that thing is so it's expensive, but like it feels so good to do like 100% Delirium maps on that or anything. Oh damn guys, thanks Brute for the sub, the Prime, I appreciate that, man. Alright, we got our caches, we're bouncing. And that's it guys, you just do a lot of this. It's just farming your tier 4 maps. Dude, the fact that I was playing that build and I could just endlessly face tank Uber Dread, it was ridiculous. I could stand in all this stuff, it was crazy. So guys, this is pretty much what you can expect to see me doing on like day 2 of the league. Maybe it's actually going to be Friday night, because what I'm probably going to do is sleep in before league, and then I'm probably going to get, you know, I've practiced my runs. I'll probably have my Eater Exarch and be in, I'll probably be doing this like late Friday night going into Saturday morning. Just getting the Replica boots are going to be, just getting Replica or regular Stampede is going to be insanely good. So you won't need divines. I actually, and viewers on stream can attest to this, I did a 9-hour Eater Exarch Voidstone yesterday on a fresh SSF character simulating league start. I was in T16s in less than 7 hours. And there's like other people that level faster than me for sure. But for me, that was like a personal best. So yeah, I was in T16 sub 7 hours. So it's 100% doable without a single divine. It's SSF viable 100%. Hey, we got a blueprint, nice. I gotta beat the mark from yesterday. Hey, that was sub 9 hours by about like 3 minutes, Chris. Let's be specific. No, I'm just being dumb. Yeah, a 9-hour Eater Exarch kill is like pretty fucking crazy for me, guys. I've never played the game that fast before. I usually am not in T16s and doing Voidstone bosses until maybe day 2. So it's pretty crazy. It's a pretty crazy run. I was moving, I was hustling. Usually wait a bit to start the league or queue from the start. Bro, I'm going to be leveling as soon as I get in the game. I'm taking Friday off. I'm also taking Monday off. We're going to be blasting this weekend. All weekend. It's on my YouTube channel. I did a build update video for 3.29 and I showcased that dread fight as well as some other stuff in there. So, all right guys, we're gonna do some more blueprint farms here. So let me grab some maps from our boy Kirak. I still have Atlas points from doing Eater Exarch last night. That's funny. Syrian Exarch reward. So that's kind of cool. Will I be doing daily recaps? I'm probably going to do a day 1-2 recap click. I'll do an update video on YouTube, kind of going over how the league start went and kind of like, love the old Friday, Monday combo. Of course, Drift. Why not? You know, 4-day. Over here is at 5 p.m. Super annoying time. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a 1 o'clock start for me, so.
Stay vigilant.
All right. Let's go ahead and run these guys real quick. After these two, what we'll do is we'll do the blighted maps real quick, and then we'll do some of those blueprints. I think I've got like 3 or 4 at least. Maybe we'll get some more in these two. But yeah, I mean, this is a super chill strat at this point. Like, I've already been blasting T16, so coming back and doing these low-level maps is just super chill. And yeah. Bro, Winter Weave on? Alright, so I don't know, I passed over Cassia, she's over there. I don't think there's a second cache in this map. Sometimes that happens. Alright, we're gonna knock out this Cassia. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, we'll find out. Like, I'll look at the possible maps and whatever has like a preferred layout, right? That's obviously what I'm gonna run this weekend, but I'm not stressing it too much. My hopes, I mean, like, hopefully there won't be something stupid, like it'll, you know what I mean? Like, we'll have something decent, but we could get screwed. It is possible. Did you end up figuring out what the damage issues? Yeah, so I nearly gained like 30 to 40% more damage by doing the following. So it was super important to take these 4 points right here to scale more impale damage. Likewise, I took some random nodes, like I wasn't hit capped, so I took some accuracy here and some accuracy here, and I actually leveled up my precision. I forgot to respec this into increased mana reservation, which allowed me to level up my precision more. So basically getting hit capped, scaling some more impale damage, did the trick. Hey, another blueprint. Nice. Oh, nice. This is a Giga cache map. Let's go, dude. Lots of caches. There's our Cassia. Haunted Mansion would be best if they make that T14. Would put all the rogue caches in the center like people did with Strongbox. Interesting. It is branching exile. Oh my gosh, all the blighted maps. I guess we're running a lot of blighted maps tonight, guys. I guess we're doing a bunch of blighted maps and we're doing heisting. The true SSF experience. Alright. Let's start with blighted maps, I guess. Those are pretty chill. So what I do for blighted maps, guys, is I essentially just run them with a lot of decrease to tower costs and just send it. So you'll see just from those few maps, we've generated all these blighted maps right here. So we did like something like 6 or 8 T4s, and we did like 8 of these. What's up, Zoltir? It's been many years, my dude. Yes, this is your old dude from WoW. Wow, that's a blast from the past. I know the gamer tag. Not much, man. Just doing some PoE prep for the league on Friday. Another WoW reunion. Hey, man, it's a small world. Yeah, so Replica Stampede has like a very low item level requirement. So by running the low level blueprints, we limit the potential Replica unique rewards at the end of the blueprint. So there's less competition for Stampede spawning. Alright, so we're just basically going to do a bunch of these blighted maps, guys, and maybe we'll get lucky and we'll get boots. I don't mod these. Actually, you should actually mod these because Quant Effects drops. Thanks for the follow, man. I need to create a command real quick for the playlist, but this is the playlist that we're currently using. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and roll these. Things that you're looking to avoid, and this will be more important when we do our rings with Annoyance, is you don't want anything that makes monsters not slowable or stunnable, and you don't want things that make them immune or mitigate elemental ailments. So the monsters have 30% chance to avoid elemental ailments is kind of cringe here, but we should be okay. It's a low level map. And we're gonna run this. Whenever I do a blight map, I like to explore a little bit around to reduce the fog of war. Alright. This one's going to be kind of weird because we don't really have any good choke points, so we're going to have to be very specific about how we set up towers. So I ran 3 amber oils, so the cost of towers would be pretty low. What I like to do with towers, and this matters more when you have noise on rings, but you can kind of look for a situation like this where paths branch together, and we're going to create basically an empower tower in the middle, and then I like to put more towards the end of flame tower, and then I like to put icy towers here. We're then going to put a stun tower here. I'm sorry, like a slow tower that will persistently slow monsters. And then that's about it. We're going to go ahead and start it. I can also do another power here. And I'm going to put another persistent slow right before the pump. It's a low-level blighted map, though, so we can just mow everything down. It doesn't even matter. Towers will just help us control the lanes. And then what I like to do sometimes is just set up right near these guys like that. All right, you can see this lane is now active on this side. Let's do a slow right here. And then we'll go ahead and choke point this up. We got a boss coming through. He tickles. New lanes over here. And that's basically Blight. You just let your towers do most of the work for you. Control the lanes. Do have some bosses coming through here, so I'm gonna get in here and just mow stuff down. New routes. Yeah, you're gonna hear a lot of that doing Blight. Guys, wouldn't it be crazy if I just dropped Stampede on the first blighted map? The odds are insanely against me. But this was the blessed run, right? This was the blessed run from yesterday, so I guess anything's possible. That league traumatized me even more than 5 years later. That's funny. All right, 1 minute left. Oh shit, I turned away for 1 second and I died. That's hilarious. I was like, let me look at something real quick. Boom, one shot. I think, yeah, you're not wrong, Chris. I think the problem is it's just there's such a low drop rate, I guess, to see a unique. But I guess like T1s would be the best, if that's the case. Or 69, so T2 maps. It would make sense why people have told me they've seen higher drops of Stampede on lower tier maps. Just like with Heist, there's less things to compete. Well, I think both Heist and I think Blight's probably better, smaller, consistent money, and Heist is a little bit more ups and downs with higher currency. But I think the problem that we're not talking about is the uniques have an incredibly low drop rate with Blight, like very low. You can do like 3 dozen of these blighted maps and not see a unique, and they last 5 minutes, right? You can clear a lot more blueprint wings in that time. No, I hear you. I just think I think a combination of both is probably best, honestly. Dude, these are like all Blight Oil rewards. What is this map that I'm looking at right now? Am I crazy? What is going on here? These are all like, well, okay, they weren't all Blight Oils. That was a lot of Blight Oil or Blight reward ones. Well, yeah, that's the benefit of this, right? Is we're gonna get a lot of oils, lots of oils. And lots of stuff for our flasks. Okay.
Hello.
Guaranteed? Well, not guaranteed, but we have a small percent chance of power charge generation now with assassins. Alright, blighted map, round 2. Do tier 2. It's fine. 15% quality soon? I know, right? Yeah, I'll see what my oil situation looks like after this one, and we can figure out something to put on Amulet. I don't know what the best thing is going to be, but it's probably going to be using the first, like, couple oils, like Clear, Sepia, Amber. Alright, this is an interesting one because there's lots of choke points that we can play with. So, this could be interesting. Go ahead and start it. Alright, not really great here, but what we can do is something like this. And that's... And I'll just also put an arc tower there for fun. And there we go. Slow right here. Yeah. If I have a spare tower, I'll do that. Like right here, for instance. You gotta get the Trinity up first. You gotta empower, freeze, and flame is the way. Oh, look at this choke point right here. This is beautiful. Hello, Mr. Stanovics. I got to level 72 hardcore SSF on my first ever hardcore attempt. Your POB guide is very good. Big fan. Hey, I appreciate it, dude. Congrats on your hardcore SSF run. I'm glad it was helpful for you. Gotta come over here and do a little bit of defensive stuff. I think we're pretty much good. I think we got most of our choke points set up here, so we'll make sure to cover this area just in case of some weirdness. Put a slow right here. Oh boy, Blight Ravage, how's it going tonight, Santa? What's up, Matt? It's going pretty good. I'm just showing people different ways to farm Stampede or Replica Stampede. So our Atlas is based around farming Heist for low-level blueprints, but I managed to get a couple of blighted maps, so we're doing those first before we get into Heisting. Okay. Thanks, Dragosani, for the follow. Why do you stop in power at the branch update? Because I believe at the branch update, it improves the effectiveness of players in the range, or weakens enemies in the range, but does not damage them. And I think it stops buffing your towers at that point, is the idea. So you want to get it to that tier and leave it there, because if you elevate it to one of these, it no longer is buffing your towers in its radius, I believe is how that works. Because if we build one of these fresh right here, if you look at it, it improves the effectiveness of other towers but does not damage enemies. So you go up a few tiers on it just to make your towers more powerful, and then you leave it there because you want the towers to do all the work for you. It's a lazy way to play the game. Blight is a pretty chill but extremely lazy way to play the game. We'll go finish off these monsters to end the encounter. There we go. Start looting. You get a nice amount of bubblegum currency from doing Blight too. Yeah, Blight's just like a really solid way to farm early on. And like I said, it's super chill. Like, you can put on like a TV show or something and just basically zone out while you gain, you know, passive currency. Got a couple oils here. We can see what we can work with. What are some good potential annoyance that we could do? So Serpent Stance is pretty good, but I don't think I have the oils for it. Yeah, we need a black and an opalescent. What else would be pretty good? Titanic Impacts, that's going to be expensive though. We need an opalescent. A lot of the good crit multi ones you need something like an opalescent for. Yeah. That would be pretty dope. This might not be bad. 60% increased damage with hits against enemies that are on low life. 15% increased area of effect if you've killed recently. This could be pretty good, actually. I might just do this for now. Amber, Burden, Azure. Yeah. Yeah, you can still upgrade your oils if you want to. That's still a thing. Yep, you can still do that. Well, guys, this is going to be a pretty easy blight. There's only 2 ways to get to the pump here. I say that and we're probably going to get, it's going to get scuffed, but we'll see. That tower placement is top tier. Hey, look, man, I just work, I work with what the towers generate, you know? It's all about what the towers generate. I mean, we pretty much chill now, guys. That's Blight for you. It's pretty chill. I love how chill it is at zone with the choke point compared to... Oh yeah, dude. Like, based on the map, it can be like constant trying to fix things, or it could be like, you know, whatever. Yeah, the boots that we want come from Blight Stampede. It's they're build enabling for Cyclone of Tumult. So I'm doing these blighted maps. They have a very small chance of dropping. Our main way is going to be trying to farm heist for the Replica version today. Hey guys, rip incubators. They had their time. Not really sad to see them go.
I believe in trending light.
Chaos Core.
Thanks, Max, for the follow.
Greetings.
Thank God, less shit to pick up. Yeah, dude, it was rough. That'd be a crazy jewel for if you were axes. 15 crit multi with 15% increased damage of axes and fire, air, and cold. I mean, to be fair, that might still be crazy for me. I might hold on to that. The new incubators are a chore, but it looks better. Adding a mod from a unique to another that is broken. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty crazy, for sure.
Greetings.
Really wants me to go axes. Look at this fucking gem or jewel. It's crazy. All right. But yeah, doing like a couple of these blighted maps really early on is a great way to get just a stockpile of oils. I'm not sure about an axe. I can't remember. Did they say any two-hand weapon or staffs and maces? It would feel weird putting block on an axe. I don't think that's going to be possible. It'd be weird seeing you add a mod to a base type that can't roll that mod. So I'm not sure. Can't be weapons, just armor pieces, no jewelry. Or are you talking about the new crafting with Legion? Look at this crazy, like, ridiculous area for towers. Oh my gosh. Just death from above. Depending on how you signed up for the private league, I might have to. I did open up some more slots before stream, but depending on how you tried to get into it, I might have to approve your... Let me take a look. Yeah, there's still spots available, so I just approved that one for softcore. You should be in now. If you had tried applying. Yep. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, guys, the softcore SSF league is still up for another day and a half. The hardcore SSF is up for another few days, if you guys are interested in either one of those. I thought about extending the softcore one, but it ends like 2 days before the league starts, and nobody's going to be playing the private league when, you know, if I extend it, it goes like another 10 days or something, and nobody's going to be playing that once the league comes out Friday, so I'm going to let the softcore one expire on Wednesday or whenever it is. Yeah, the ask to join is going to be me having to manually accept, I believe. But yeah, if you guys want to level up a character, you still have another day and a half if you want to use the softcore SSF to test anything out. But I will be letting that expire on Wednesday. If GGG gave me a way to extend it till like Friday, I would, but that's not a thing, so. Rip Abyss Jewels dropping in Blight. Rip Synthesized Jewel. So many things going away. willing to trade all those for no socket color issues. That is fair. Alright, what do we get here, guys? Garbage. Garbage. Terrible implicits. Another banger, guys, with nice choke points. Fantastic. So is anybody out there a blight enthusiast? Really love the blighting. Ooh, I did not mean to put you there. That is unfortunate. Never do them. That's funny. It takes me back to playing balloon tower defense. Give you more camera zoom? I don't think, oh, I see what you mean, yeah, so you can see more of what's going on. I thought you were asking me, I was like, bro, I can't zoom it out any more than what I already did. I wish I could. And Blighted Droid are pretty fun, juicy and Blight Ravage maps, yeah. I also struggle with high-level blight maps, just too much going on at once. So there's a trick with dealing with the high-level blight maps. You can use like a certain combination with the annoyance on your rings to kind of trivialize those maps pretty easily. And we just basically hang out now. I think after this we'll get some heisting going. Show you guys what that looks like. My coffee was moved. I almost had a heart attack thinking I had no coffee. That would be tragic, dude. I don't know what I would do without my coffee. Dude, I'm such a coffee enthusiast. I have this right here. So this is a... I'll show this. All right. So this is a mug that charges and it's got battery power on it. And I just put my coffee in here and I keep it on the little heat pad and it stays warm just like it came out of the pot. It is fantastic. Yeah, I love that mug. It's very nice. I've always liked hot coffee, no matter what the time of the year is. And it's very hot where I'm at. Today, it is almost 110. We're not even at the peak temperature yet for the summer, and it's almost 110 outside. So the battle with the thermic cups. But yeah, I gotta have my coffee hot, man. It's the only way I can drink it. Are you from Texas, Arizona? Nah, babes, I'm out in Las Vegas. I usually switch the coffee to the kettle and leave it there warming up. Ooh. That's a strategy.
Hello.
Close to Arizona, I guess. Yeah, it is piping. I like to tell people because I've lived in areas of the world that snow a lot, right? And you obviously heat your car up to, you know, defrost the windows and everything. This is the only place I've ever lived that I have to preemptively chill my car. So I usually go outside and I turn my car on for at least 5 to 10 minutes to get it nice and icy cold before I even get into it in the morning. Because when I wake up and leave, it's already 90, 95 degrees outside right now. And that's I go to work usually around 5:30 in the morning, and it's already 90, 95 degrees outside. You pass through Nevada once or twice a month. Yeah. South Texas here going to be 100. Yeah, it's getting hot, dude. It is getting hot. We're not even in August yet. Think about that. We're not even in August yet. Like, it's crazy. All right, so let's talk about heist again. So we're gonna run these low-level blueprints. We gotta unlock our rogues real quick, so I'll show you that. Had to drop your sister off at the bus and the car was real frosty. Oh yeah. Desert heat is wild. I'd still take it over the humidity. So I grew up in South Florida. It was extremely humid. And I'll take the dry heat every day over that. So we need to unlock the rogues here so that we can run our blueprints. You have to run contracts with specific rogues to unlock the other ones. But you don't have to actually complete the contract. You can just start the contract, go in, they spawn the new rogue, and then you can just bounce. Which is what we're gonna do. Over here we're having the warmest winter possible. Oh, we do have to do the introductory contract though. So we'll go ahead and knock that out real quick. Now we're looking for an item. It's basically a, I forget the name. I think it's like a throwing something. I forget the item's name. But when we get it, we need it to be level 3 or lower, and we can craft on haste on that, and we can stick it on Huck, and that way when we do our mapping, we'll have haste. So glad you don't have to level the rogues anymore, dude. It's so nice that you don't have to do that. The arrowheads, thank you, Blunts. So yeah, so basically you're gonna get an arrowhead and you craft on haste on it, and then when you stick it on Huck, whenever you're mapping, when you loot your first cache, Huck will spawn in, and then you just have a haste ore for the rest of the map. It's pretty good. So we're looking for arrowheads when they drop. Gear items for our rogue. Oh, what changed? Did something change with the rogues in this patch? Or are you talking about like not knowing that you don't have to level them anymore? Yeah, they're all level 5 now. It's super dope. You just basically start running with them. Obviously, if you're gonna heist full time, you still want to like kit them out with gear and stuff, but like for our purposes, it doesn't matter. Because we're not running blueprints for profit, we're running them to spawn Stampede. That was the one before last patch, I believe. It's been like this for a minute. Alright, so let's go ahead and unlock our rogues. We need to run certain contracts. And I'm going to target the ones that are higher level, if I have any. They're all 71. Okay.
What do you need?
You didn't go to Rogue Harbor once? That's funny. Alright, so we're going to go in here. And we're doing a Tibbs. And you're going to see when we do Tibbs, we spawned Tuliana. And then we just leave. And then now we're gonna go do a contract that she can do, and then she'll invite another rogue, basically. I wish the contracts told me at a glance like which rogues could do them. So yeah, I always forget off the top of my head. So screw it, we're just gonna take them all and put them in stash like this. Brute force. Actually, we need brute force with Tibbs to also unlock another one, I think. But we might have done it out of order. Rip. Last time you did heist was in heist. That's funny. There we go. Tuliana. Oh, I don't think Tuliana summons another rogue. I think she's just there. No, okay, she summons Nanette. I don't think Nanette summons another one. Lockpicking, I think, is a thing. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Okay, so we got Huck. Boom. Huck is what we want. And then we're going to do a brute force for Huck. And that'll get another guy in here. I hate Blight, Heist, and Sanctum. So you hate everything we're doing on stream tonight. Good to know. We got Niles. I also hate Sanctum. Yeah, I can't stand Sanctum. Deception Niles. This is gonna get us Gianna, I believe. I don't mind watching. Oh, there you go. Oh no, we get Vendari. Vendari is then Demolition or Traps, one of the two. Trap Disarmament. Let's try Vendari, see if he gets us anybody. And okay, we got Gianna. I think that's most of the rogues. Alright. So here's how this works. Now that we've unlocked a lot of our rogues, we then go do blueprints. We probably don't have any reveals right now. If we do, they're going to be very limited. But all of our blueprints you're going to see are basically level 71. And we've got 5 of these guys. And we're going to want to reveal. So this one's already fully revealed. So we'll put that here. And let's go do this. Okay, so we got to run some contracts for reveals. So now what we want to do is run essentially deceptions, if we have any. That is how you unlock them, yes. So now we're going to look at our contracts and we're going to prio deception for Gianna. I think Gianna also does... I forget the other one she does. Reception, maybe? I can't remember. These are deceptions. Okay. Now with these contracts, I go ahead and I just scour these because we don't have to run any of this ID'd. You want to scour all this stuff, doesn't matter.
Hello.
And then we're just going to run our contracts. We're going to pick Gianna because she gives us discounts on reveals. There is no blueprint that's tied to specific replicas. It's all randomized. So you can run any blueprint. The reward rooms are not tied to any specific reward. It's about the item level of the blueprint. Val side areas instead of something. Yeah, I'm a little disappointed that the Val orb comes from Sanctum. I don't understand thematically how that makes sense. Like, to me, it feels like it should have came... You know what I was saying the other day? They should have revamped... They should, like, bring the new Val Temple stuff to PoE 1. And then they should have made the Volatile Val a drop from that, in my opinion. That would have been dope. Oh, you don't want the new Val Temple? Let me ask you this. Would you rather do the Val Temple or would you rather do Sanctum? If they had to pick between the two to stick the orb somewhere. Temple hands down, yeah. I don't like this question. Look, man, I'm just saying it like it is. It's temporary in Sanctum? What do you mean it's temporary in Sanctum? Like, until they figure out what to do with it later? Remember, we're looking for an arrowhead right now so we can kit out Hawk. Okay, so not a lockpick. They said for now Sanctum. Okay. Gotcha. Attack speed does affect my spinning damage. And that's it, guys. So we're just going to run a bunch of these deception contracts with Gianna so we can get reveals for our blueprints. That is the name of the game. Yeah, attack speed is like an insanely good modifier for Cyclone. By the way, guys, I did a poll tonight on what the content should be. The options were hardcore SSF campaign run, just getting to Act 10. And then the other option was demonstrating like farming Replica and Blight and stuff for a couple hours. So yeah, I will be asking questions like that. So if you want to join the Discord, you can help decide what you see on stream. At least for the next few days. It's obviously on League launch going to be, you know, whatever I decide to do, whether it's hardcore, SSF, or trade, based on am I deep delving or doing the regular thing. I voted this to spare you. I appreciate it. Did they increase the stages on Tumult? I didn't see a single thing in the patch notes about that. I don't know what you mean by yeah, I don't know what you mean by 7th stage. Oh, you're wishing. Oh, I misread that. Okay, I was like, bro, that's fucking cracked if that's the case.
Hello. Oh, okay then. Ladies and gentlemen.
No, this is regular Cyclone that you're seeing right now. I'm not on Tumult yet. I need the boots from running the heist to be able to use Cyclone to Tumult. This is a freaking gigantic contract. Holy moly. Yeah, I remember them reducing the stacks. I thought it was 6. But I guess it was 7? It was 7, huh? It was, right? I think that's when I first started playing it in 3.25. It was 7 stacks, which I think was the last league, right? Because they buffed Cyclone in 3.26 and 3.27. Yeah. And then I think when they were buffing the gems, they reduced the stacks. Hit the wall in T14, one shot by most rares in every boss. Yeah, I'm not sure. It was a little janky when I was rushing T16s yesterday, but I don't know. I didn't have too much of an issue outside of doing the not the Ubers, but the camp. Like I had to figure out a bit more damage to be able to kill Eater and Exarch, but I didn't really have a problem doing most maps. It started to feel a little rough in T16s based on the mods on the map bosses, but it wasn't terrible. Thank you for your build. I saw your YouTube video. It was great. This was the chill build I was looking for. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I'm not sure, just a guy. If you're pushing the Atlas like as hard as I was yesterday, like I pushed the Atlas pretty aggressively yesterday running for Eater and Exarch. Yeah, it's gonna be a little rough, you know. If you're trying, like I was in T16 maps a little over 6 hours yesterday on a fresh character, and if you don't optimize your gearing properly or you get unlucky, it can be rough for sure. It's crazy to think that I'm still wrapping my head around the fact that I was in T16s in like 6.5 hours or whatever yesterday. That's wild. Like, guys, I've never leveled that quickly before. That was insane for me as a PR. It's fucking nuts. I mean, what was it, like a league or so ago? I was taking 6.5 hours just to do the campaign. I mean, it was Tai aspirational. He's definitely a lot faster than I am, but I appreciate the compliment. Yeah, that's crazy. Like 6.5 hours being in T16s. That's fucking wild, dude. Should you have a certain amount of armor at Sit tier? My gear was really crap. Basically, I was prioritizing damage over defense. So I had some issues in T16s that early, like with bosses and stuff. Occasionally I got one shot, or I was, the damage felt a little weird, and I had to get some levels to basically taper it off a bit. You really want to, so basically the thing I note, the main thing I noticed leveling as quickly as I did the last few days is your priority needs to be getting a 5-link high armor chest as soon as possible. You want a 5-link like 2k armor chest as soon as possible. Make sure you're running Fortify with infused channeling, and make sure you have smashing strikes for endurance charge generation. That's going to do a lot to help stave off the damage that you're intaking like that early, or that you're taking that early. Alright, so we've done some reveals. Let's go ahead and or we've done some contracts. Let's go ahead and do some reveals on these blueprints. So we're just going to stick this guy in, and we're going to use Gianna, who gives us that 40% discount. My camera's kind of blocking this. Give me a second. So Gianna gives us a 40% discount, which is why we're running contracts with her. It's really good for being efficient with our coins. So you want to make sure to use her on your reveals. Alright, and then we don't have enough, so we'll be able to run 3 blueprints right now. Now, for blueprints, like I said, we're going to run these without any mods. The idea is to get to the room, and oh, we got to assign rogues. Forgot about that. This is the main reason why we unlock all the rogues at the beginning with our contracts, guys. So then we put the blueprint in here, and then you have a variety. Now, once we get the arrowhead on Huck, you're going to want Huck on every wing, because Huck is going to give us that haste aura. We currently don't have haste on him, though, so it doesn't matter if we run him or not. I typically just pick the best rogue for each thing. But once we have haste on Huck, you're going to want to prio using him on every wing if possible. We have our 3 blueprints. Now, on average, guys, this can take, not on average, but the range of this, it can be anywhere from like, you know, 5 blueprints fully revealed to like 30 to 50. It can be pretty RNG. As far as running the blueprint goes, you're mostly looking like the only rooms that you really want to do are the gem rooms, because they give you like a lot of GCPs on completion. Otherwise, you want to skip most of the rooms and just kind of rush for rewards. Also, there are occasionally like gold reward rooms. Those are pretty decent to just get some gold. So you don't have to, because you're going to be spending a lot of time in here on SSF, so it's a nice way to get some extra gold because we're not mapping as much. So I usually do the gold room when I see it on a blueprint. And yeah, we're just going to go to the reward room here and see what we get. Alright, so nothing really interesting. Make sure you do your saves in the reward room. And yeah, nothing that's like really usable for us. And that's it. And then you just exit the blueprint and then you do the or exit this wing and do the next one. Oh, we don't need to do that side room. Let's boogie out. Hey look, it's the first of like 17,000 bitter dreams that we're gonna see. For some reason, Replica bitter dream has like an abnormally high spawn chance, and it's like the same rarity as a Replica stampede. I don't understand it, but you're gonna see like on average 10,000 bitter dreams before you see a Replica stampede for whatever reason. Even though I believe they're both T3 rarity uniques. During League, can I link my POB to your Discord and someone might take a look? Yeah, I often during stream will look at your guys' builds if you link them when I have downtime. So yeah, during the League, feel free to stop by and we can import your character. And if you're having issues the first day or two, when I'm like obviously past the grind of like rushing through the campaign or whatever, we can take a look at it. But that would obviously be past that point. Yeah, Chris also will help out too. He's amazing. Pretty much day one, I don't really do POB reviews. I'm pretty much rushing the campaign and Atlas progression and getting into heists and stuff. So I'm pretty like locked in and focused for like at least 16 hours on stream because it's going to be a long one. But like day two, I'll start looking at people's stuff and seeing what's going on if you're having issues. For sure. So this is an interesting chest that has way too little life on it. It is a war space that I'm using too. Never mind. Okay, that's just all garbage apparently. Cool. Yeah, Chris, aka Niche, is pretty damn amazing. Alright, so we got some Regal Orbs, Aqua Orbs, and some Trinkets. We're gonna go with the Regal Orbs, I think. Those are pretty cracked to get that many Regal Orbs. And we're gonna bounce. Yeah, I will say that the community that has developed has been pretty amazing, guys, over the past like year and a half. I think we have a pretty solid group of people that are decent and very helpful, which is pretty amazing to see. And it's usually very active the first, like, you know, obviously 2 weeks of the league. I always pick up a trinket, Chris, but like in that case, I wasn't gonna turn down like 16 Regal Orbs, unless like the trinket looked pretty insane. Rage delete character and starting over. Nah, if you're running into like big issues, especially like starting day 2, either myself or Niche or someone will look at your POV at some point and see what's going on with your character. It's usually pretty easy to determine the issue that people are having with the build. It doesn't really matter what I take here, looks like. Nah, I don't have a trinket yet. If we see a good one, we're definitely gonna take it, for sure. I love these glitches you get sometimes where the door looks open, but you actually have to open it. It's a good time. Yeah, Niche is pretty damn amazing. You guys may not know this, there's lore behind Niche and I. We actually raided together in WoW like 12 years ago or something. Like, it was a while ago. And he stumbled across my YouTube channel like a year-ish ago, after we had kind of parted ways for a while. Like, it was kind of bizarre. It was like, oh hey, yeah, what's up, dude? He was like, yeah, I want to play some Cyclone. Found your build. It's been a wild and crazy ride since then. The spin brings everyone together. Yeah, I guess so. The Cyclone is a phenomenal league starter. I've been saying it for the longest time. I think people, it was nice to see Fubgun give it a little bit of love on his stream. He said some kind things about it. Ooh, what is this? That's an interesting, we have a cogwork? Okay. He made his tier list today, I believe, and he listed the build on there. And his basic consensus for Cyclone is it's fun, good league starter, it's good in the campaign, it's able to do 4-stone. He's like, you know, all around pretty solid. I was like, thanks, dude. Getting some love from the Fub gun. And I'm surprised because he usually wants builds that are like 800% movement speed, which is not what Cyclone is. But yeah, he gave us some love. Not an easy feat, yeah. Nah, I thought that was pretty cool. That's the second league in a row that he's propped up the build, so much love to the FUB. Alright, we got one more of these and then it's back to mapping. Only 800%, huh? Yeah. Gaining traction. Well, you got to be careful out there because unfortunately there are some other Cyclone builds that can be a little kind of misinformation. But for the most part, there's some decent Cyclone builds out there besides mine. But I think I am biased. I do think mine is probably the best Cyclone build. But I exclusively only play this, and we're constantly, between Niche and I, we're constantly testing new things every league and changing stuff and evolving the build. So I do think we probably have the best take on Cyclone Shockwave for a league start new player, also friendly scenario. Like, obviously people are going to build Cyclone in insane ways with tons of currency, but I think when we're talking league start, new player friendly, I think we've come up with probably the best thing there is right now. There's some absolute baits one, yeah. Well, there's a lot of Cyclone builds out there that are absolutely phenomenal with like tons of currency. But it's, for me, it's like I want a build that feels good from like level 30 in the campaign all the way through endgame if I push it, you know, and is accessible to newer players and streamlined. And there isn't a lot of that I see available, which is why we put a lot of work into that for the build. So I've tried a few others and it was basically new coming back, and Merc, and yours has far and away been the most stable build. Very tanky, damage good. Thank you. You put ways to scale to the max in the guild, right? Yeah, I was saying I actually updated the POB. I'll show you guys this real quick. So the POB has been updated. And we actually pushed the high end of the build to almost 300 million damage again. I mean, it's crazy investment, but so I'll show that real quick here. It might be a little hard to see on stream, but essentially in my loadout, I have all these different loadouts here in the POB. We start with level 1 all the way through to level 96. Level 96 is the baseline version of the build. This is what I expect most players to play the build, right? The average PoE player only plays a league for like a week or two and they're done. This is realistically what you can expect to be able to acquire with honestly minimal effort within like a 2-week league scenario. We're talking like a very realistic staff at around 750 PDPS, which there should be plenty of these. And then the gear is just all rares with resistances in life. We have Stampede or Replica Stampede, and then we use things like a Replica Witchfire and Roomies, both very cheap flasks. The only expensive thing would be this Lethal Pride, but we have simmed a Lethal Pride on this specific loadout that's probably going to be around 1 or 2 divines on trade, maybe less. So the entire cost of this loadout is probably like 5 divines, maybe 10 on the high end, but like closer to probably 5 divines. And this is like the baseline version of the build. It's pretty tanky, John. I play it on hardcore SSF every league. So then we have the end game build. So I have a level 100 medium budget, and then we have 3 different end game variations for the POB. The level 100 medium budget is sitting at about 150 million damage right now, and this is a fairly invested version of the build. We are using things like Forbidden Flesh and Flame. We're using like 1,000 PDPS staff. This is probably going to cost you depending on how soon you acquire these items, it could be as cheap as 150 divines. It could be up to like 300 divines. This is probably where most players will play the build in a maxed environment. I also have the 3 endgame variations. There is a speed variation of the build, which prioritizes a mage blood with movement speed. It depends on when they get it, Chris. If they get in on the market soon enough, it's not going to cost that kind of money. But once again, you have to remember the person that is playing these endgame versions of the build is making they're making money, right? They're making currency on day 2. They're that type of player. Like, new players are never playing this version of the build. They'll never gen this kind of currency. A new player is like gonna give up around level 90 after like a week playing the game, because that's how new players are, right? I mean, GGG has come out and said on average, like, players like play a league for a week or 2 and they get to like level 90, 92. Like, that's how that works. Anyways, the speed version of the build uses a mage blood, and yeah, it's a lot faster. It's almost at 170 movement speed, and it does about 120 million damage right now. This is like what I played for mapping in 3.28. We have our bossing version of the build. This is for like trivializing Uber Pinnacle bosses. Right now, this is sitting at 280 million damage, and it is basically blow up an Uber Pinnacle boss. This is basically like blow up an Uber Pinnacle boss as quickly as possible. We're talking about nuking an Uber Pinnacle boss in like 5 seconds. Surgog said something like 80% of all the hours that will ever be played in the league are played in the first 2 weeks. Yeah, the average player does not play this game very long. I think you have to remember, if you're someone that plays this game a lot, you are the extreme minority. Like, it is almost like, I don't think sometimes people realize how little people progress in a league and how long they play, and that is the mass amount of players. There is so few people that will ever push Cyclone to this level. Like a handful of people will play it to this level, versus maybe, you know, 2,000 players that will play the build. Maybe, I don't know, 50 of them will play it to this level, if it even gets that high. Probably more like 25. It is that little of players. Anyways, we have the bossing version that's sitting at like about almost 300 million damage now. We then have the version that I've added that I'm still working on. This is my deep delve version of the build. This is extremely expensive. It is also the tankiest version of Cyclone I've ever played. Essentially, I can just eat Uber Pinnacle boss damage with this build. It's in my YouTube video. I just go and do Uber Dread, and I just sit there while Uber Dread blasts me with everything, and I just kill him over like a minute and a half, 2 minutes. So way less damage than the bossing build, but this version of the build, you're basically a god, and it's designed around being able to do deep delve. I got to about 1500 depth on Mirage while I was testing, and then I stopped pushing so that I could focus on starting to do this kind of content for the new league. Yeah. So I think most players are going to get to the level 96 version of the build, and then I think a fair amount of people will get to the level 100 medium budget investment version of the build. But after this, I think there's very few people that will play these other variants. I think if you're going to play a version of the build, I highly recommend the speed version, because this is largely going to be kind of like a mapping league, in the sense that you're going to be running those charts with the new league content. The mapping version is probably what you want to use. It's got pretty good defense, and it's got insane movement speed. This is probably what most players are going to want to do. You know, we're talking Mage Blood with movement speed flask, with Death Rush for adrenaline, and just insane speed, insane damage for mapping. If you want to just farm Uber Pinnacles all day, then you have the bossing version of the build, which is like, once again, anywhere from 250 to 300 million damage, depending on how you gear it. And I'll be tweaking this more too. But yeah, that's pretty much the POV. So to answer long-winded, I have loadouts for all the progression from level 1 all the way to 96. I have very many times I have leveled this build from level 1 to 96 on SSF on stream. This is a very obtainable this is 100% SSF viable, and it's about 20 million damage with good defense. With this loadout, the level 96 loadout, you'll be able to blast T16s and do any currency farm strat. You'll also be able to do some T17s. It'll be a little rough, but you can do it. So this is 100% SSF viable. I have done this like, I can't even count the amount of times I have streamed this over the last 2 years and done this kind of loadout with this damage on SSF in front of you guys. Past the level 96 loadout, it becomes very much trade centric. So if you want to scale the build to do 150 million damage, 300 million damage, you are now in trade territory. But if you want to just do the league, complete your Atlas, blast T16 maps, maybe do a couple T17s. I've even killed Uber Pinnacles with this setup, but it was rough. Yeah, this is 100% doable on SSF. All right, let's see what the room gives us. See, there's our second bitter dream. They just spawn like candy. All right, so we've got a 6-link evasion ES shield. So this is the thing about Heist too. Heist is generally good about rewarding you with 6 links. I've gotten 6-link stats from Heist. I've also gotten 6-link chests from Heist. It all depends on what it spawns. This is going to be insanely good next league when socket colors don't matter, and you can actually use iron reflexes to convert evasion into armor. It's not very much, but you could use this if you wanted as a 6-link. But yeah, typically speaking, Heist is pretty good at generating 6 links, and eventually you're going to come across something that you're going to be able to use. That's another benefit to this farm strat for the boots. You're probably going to end up with a 6-link doing this, depending on how many blueprints you run. Ice rewards will be even better because there'll be some removed duplicates from ice, and I think the worlds will get better chances. Possibly, yeah. Yeah, we're aiming for level 71 blueprints because around that level is probably the best high level to farm for a Replica. The only mods that you want to avoid are typically monsters can't be leached from, players can't regen life, and players have reduced recovery of life and stuff. Those are the 3 mods that are the most annoying on the build. You're off until Tuesday at 8 p.m. after Thursday? Damn, nice, Val. Yeah, I'm taking Friday and Monday off, so I'll be playing as soon as League launches on Friday all the way through to Tuesday when I go to work. So I guess we're both going to be blasting. I'm working long shifts to have the weekend off. So today I did 10.5-hour shift. And then I went to stream. Tomorrow I'm doing another 10.5-hour shift, so I'll be 5 hours over before Tuesday even hits for the week. I don't know what they're planning to do with Slayer with Reflect Fizz. I don't know if they're just going to update it to that, you know, we just basically reflect Fizz Thorns. I suspect that's what's happening. I haven't seen any information on that yet. In the chance that we lose that functionality, then you're just going to have to build up a lot of armor to deal with the physical damage of Thorns. You're getting a late start. Sometimes it's like that. There's plenty of League. There is plenty of League, though. That Vow Orb is kind of nice. I guess we're taking the Vow Orb. What do I do for work? I am an engineer. I design flight simulation technology for pilots, like the platforms that they train on. I create virtual environments for them to train in. Yeah, it's I'm very happy with my profession. The pay is pretty good. I work for the federal government. So my story is I worked in factories in my 20s, and I realized by the time I was almost 30 that I was going to be working in factories for another 30 years, and it just did not sound good. I was working like 14-hour days, 6 days a week. The pay was, with all of that and overtime, I was making less than half of what I make right now. And so basically I was like, I got to figure out something else because this is just like terrible. And so a lot of people that work in factories are former service members, and they were like, hey, you should join the military. You'll get your degree and stuff if you actually take advantage of the benefits. Just make sure you don't join the army like I did, is what the general answer was. So I enlisted in the Air Force and I did 8 years. I got my degree, I got my certifications, a lot of certifications, and yeah. And the pay is pretty good. It's above 6 figures. So I don't stream for a job. That's why when you guys sub and donate, I appreciate the support, but you absolutely do not have to do that. This is not for money. This is just me doing something fun because I play the game anyways. This is not a career for me. This is not ever going to be a career for me because I really like my job and what I do and supporting my country. So this is always just going to be a fun side activity for me. But I do appreciate the support. We sub for the MTX, yeah. Yeah, this is not for profit, guys. I would be doing this regardless. And make no mistake about it, if my job ever got to a point where I had to prioritize it, I would drop this in a heartbeat. What do we have here that's good? I guess we'll go with the trinket, even though it's kind of whatever. I do need a trinket. Appreciate you all the more. Thanks, Matt. Don't really struggle too much with mana. We do take Spirit of War and Cannibalistic Rite, and we can also take some more reduced mana costs. Right now my Cyclone's at 4 mana. It's not too bad because we have Leech. If it gets really bad, I just I also what I typically do is you're going to craft on the mana cost reduction on rings. So I haven't unlinked that bench craft yet. I haven't done the map, but actually we would put the mana cost reduction on our rings right now and get it to 0 mana, and that's what I have in the POB. To me, Slayer is the perfect combination of Ascendancy. I have yet to find something that seems better, even with the Bloodlines, for Cyclone. Like, I was talking about this earlier this week. So, GGG hasn't done anything with the Slayer Ascendancy in like over 5 years. I think it might be the only Ascendancy that they haven't done a pass on in like the last 5 years. It's one of the few. And I think it's because it's so perfect. Like the synergy of Slayer and what it does is so perfect that I think that they just don't need, they feel like they don't need to like do anything with it. And so, yeah, I mean, it's like I've looked at different various things with Bloodlines, but I can't find anything that seems better than everything that we get as a Slayer. It's very hard to find something that makes sense. Maybe? I can't even remember what the last change was, but it was like a long time ago. Alright, can we get something crazy with this if we just spam chaos? Potentially, right? Like a cogwork ring is pretty insane. Thought I was playing with no socket colors. The Twitch extension showing the new socket colors is throwing me off. Oh, they updated the Twitch extension, but they haven't But it's not in the game yet. That's funny. I guess PoE had a patch today, and it broke the Awakened PoE trade, so I have to actually use this to get around. It usually takes me about 2 days to farm Stampede like this, Zachary. You basically just run endless heist blueprints for like a day or two, and on average you see it anywhere within like 10 to 40 blueprints. It just depends on your RNG. But it is probably the best way to get, you know, the boots so that you can run the build. So yeah, we're just gonna do some more maps here and get some more blueprints, and then go back and keep running it over and over. They updated the socket textures. That's interesting. Thanks, Bob, for the follow. Now, I don't do the quest ones, guys. I just don't do those. You can do them. It's coins. But yeah, I just find them kind of annoying, and we don't really need to do them. I think I'm going to skip the Blight for now because I just want to focus on farming heist. That's what we're looking for, those contracts, or blueprints, I should say. You get a bunch of rogues with the quest one. Yeah, I mean, you can do them. They're definitely doable and fine, and you get coins, but I'm going to be doing blueprints anyways, and I'd rather do if I'm going to run those, I guess what I'm trying to say is, if I'm going to spend time running stuff that isn't a blueprint, I'd rather it be contracts that give me reveals with Gianna than doing the quest ones, if that makes sense. Because we're going to be gated by how many reveals we have. So if I'm getting reveals with Gianna with deception contracts or whatever versus running a contract or running a quest item one, it's kind of a non-starter for me. Tier 4s, what is happening? Oh yeah, look guys, we got the proc, we have a ton of caches, this is the dream. Give me blueprints, please. Give me blueprints. Surely I'll get a blueprint from one of these. Yeah, around level 90 you do the passive tree respect. There's a blueprint. We'd love to see it. Love to see it. Look at that, another blueprint. Fantastic. Can we get 3? Might be our last cache. Oh yeah, guys, 3 blueprints. We did it. We did it. We got 3 of them. On the new pack spells, I have no idea. Auto exertion is related to melee skills, so I don't see it working with spells, but maybe automate. I think that's gonna be it for caches, probably. Alright. Crazy amount of blueprints there. Oh, it's another good one. We got 2 of them in a row. Oh my gosh, dude. What are the odds? What are the odds? What are the odds? I have not tried Lacerate. I use General's Cry for helping with clear, not really for damage. I have not tried out something that's more damage focused. That's why we love the ground slam of Earth Shaking. So yeah, we got a ton of blueprints, so I think we're just going to go back and do a lot of contracts, get some reveals, and keep pushing. Yep, we're doing like T3 and T4 maps because we want to run low-level blueprints to increase the odds of seeing Replica Stampede. Alright, what are the odds that I roll Fortify on chest right now? Not great. Not great. Alright.
There'll be time for that soon enough.
Alright, we're looking for deception or perception contracts for Gianna. Here's one. Only 2? What is this game? What else can Gianna run? I guess kind of like this, my Atlas bugged out, so I was like a quarter of the way. No, I was like 35 or 40% of the way through the Atlas when it bugged out because of some whatever issues with syncing with the standard league. But I don't really hold map progression. I rushed at Eater. So basically this character, I leveled it last night on stream. We got from level 1 to doing Eater and Exarch in 9 hours. And then today I'm just focusing on Heist. With V? Oh, that's crazy. Thank you. Do I have any counter ones? We have one of these. And then let's see what our boy has here. One deception, that's demolition, never mind. Perception. Counter. Alright, nothing. Cool. Nothing for us. So again, we scour these, and then
What do you need?
we run no blueprint reveals, useless. Gianna.
Stay on sprint. Hit your marks. Eagle oil. Well, that ended in a afterway.
Guys, I'm so ready for Friday. Dude, I just want to start playing the new league. I want to start exploring the depths of the ocean in our little submersible. The league mechanic looks so good, dude. I think it's gonna be a pretty damn good league.
Take your time. This is just the warm-up act. What? Exile? Need you for this?
Your fate is sealed.
Should have rehearsed that trouble. Just realize you're so fun. Now rush the exit. Final scene. Rock. Far to rush.
How did the devs say it's
Stop moving.
Harvest but a wet league? I honestly wasn't getting Harvest vibes watching it. It seems more to me kind of like, I don't know, kind of like Delve. I guess Underwater Heist is a better way to look at it, yeah, because you're, instead of dealing with doors, you're placing down lanterns to explore new rooms or areas. Heist but wet, yeah. Underwater Delve with indoor wet harvest. Moist Delve. Well, here's the thing. If you got to choose between Moist and Delve and Underwater Heist, nobody wants to do anything that's moist. So, yeah.
Take a bow.
That's like one of the worst descriptors you could use. It's a moist. It's gonna be a moist league.
Here. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start again.
It's a nice little streamlined one here. You're currently writing a book and you're gonna put the word moist in it? What a savage. Oh, give me those GCPs.
Weapons off.
Yeah. Here you go. I've got the title for your book. I don't even know what your book is about. It doesn't matter. You're gonna call the book, the title for the book is The Moist Maker. Your job is to somehow tie that in. The Moist Maker. It just rolls right off the tongue. Little did he know, he was going to be the Moist Maker. It's so bad. Yeah.
Okay then.
He ended up in what they only could call
Stay on script.
the Moist Maker.
Class.
Name it Moist Street. That's funny.
Oh, it was out.
What's your book about at a high level? Is it a mystery? Is it fantasy? Is it science fiction? Is it literature? Is it the next great American novel, or wherever you're from? The next great whatever novel. I feel like reading is a dying thing in today's society. Oh gosh. I'm like realizing that this shitty degen monster might kill me. So I actually, when I was younger, I wrote a trilogy of books that have been sitting in my closet for 20 years, and I haven't done anything with them. And the story was pretty crazy. And I don't know, I guess I'll just sit in my closet till I die. Easy setting for adding that word, I suppose. Alright, let's go ahead and do some blueprints. We got some reveals now. Should be good. We'll see if any of these that we got dropped fully revealed, because that is a thing that can happen. Two out of three. That's the one I was working on. Okay. Let's go ahead and see what we can reveal. Oh, I'm out of coins already. Alright, well, we got 4 blueprints ready to go, but no coins. So I guess we'll run a few more contracts. I'll just do some maps for coins. It's fine. You can hide bunker, repo, tunnel contracts. Those will never be deception. Interesting. Oh, is it Chris? Is it really? Yikes. Hold on. I sent him a DM on Discord. I wonder if he hit me back. Yeah, he did indeed take it down. He just hit me up on Discord. I sent him a DM back. That's unfortunate. I told him to reach out if he wants any help with anything. We gotta keep that Cyclone love going, so I wish him the best of luck. I appreciate him trying to take it a different angle on playing Cyclone. I think it was a pretty damn good idea if the gym was still in the game. It's unfortunate that it isn't. Best of luck to him. The idea was fantastic. The problem is, as we both were talking about, the gym doesn't exist anymore, and it just fundamentally bricks the build. But like as a concept, like it would have been pretty fucking cracked. I'm actually surprised that we didn't think about that for 3.28, because like that would have been a good replacement for Petrified Blood if you think about it. Like stacking a bunch of that stuff on an AG would have been pretty cracked for last league. We gotta broaden your worldview, my guy. We gotta broaden your worldview. They need to add in-game guide to PoE. Dude, I would be so happy for you guys if I could do that. It would be like really cool to have an in-game guide. It would be, you know how cracked that would be too, as just like someone playing the build, even as well as I know this build. Like, just being able to, instead of having to pull up POV, I can just pull up the thing in-game that I made and look at that. Like, it'd be insane. Am I crazy? Have I not seen a single... Oh no, I did loot the caches. I'm just fucking... Did I loot the caches? I see the quest words there. Dude, I'm losing my mind right now. Yeah, like the in-game build guides, you know? That'd be dope if they were in the game. Did I not grab contracts? Okay, no, they're... Okay, I just didn't... Yeah. I'm spacing, guys. It's that highest grind. No, he's talking about like, yeah, like we just said, those super amazing build files. I don't see how that won't be a thing in PoE 1 at some point. It's just once they port the tech over. Killing time playing Torchlight Infinite, also Cyclone. I have never played Torchlight. I have obviously played D3. I played Last Epoch. But I've never played Torchlight. Never played Torchlight. No, that's, yeah, if you're having fun. If you're having fun, for sure. All right. Give me those caches, game. Give me all the coins from the caches. You're looking at it. This is, I think quantity might affect the coin count that can drop overall, like maybe map quantity. But this is pretty much the grind. When the gate to farming the boots is pretty much you need coins for reveals and for assigning rogues, and then you have to run the contracts to get the reveals. That's pretty much what slows down your ability to do the blueprints. With my strategy, you almost always get 2 caches a map, and then occasionally you get like a shit ton because of one of the notables on the tree. So like at this point, there's not going to really be another one on the map. I would have seen more at this point. So this is where like you just basically bounce and run another map, and you just kind of cycle through it like that. Yeah, so the key one is this one guy right here. Your maps that contain smugglers caches have a 15% chance to contain 6 additional caches. So it happens every now and then. We saw 2 back-to-back not long ago. It's pretty crazy that we got 2 back-to-back. So I don't like running contracts for getting just coins. I only like running contracts to get Gianna reveals. It's easier to farm coins by doing this method right now because I can get the 2 caches in a map far quicker than I can run a heist contract. Especially once we get haste on Huck and he's with us in maps, it's kind of crazy. That's probably all the caches that we'll see for this map. Yeah. But everything about whether you're farming the Blight or whether you're farming Heist, both strats are pretty chill because we do it low level to increase the likelihood of Stampede. So like, yeah, this is all just pretty like just passive, whatever. You can really run any mods on any map, doesn't matter at this level, this early in the progression. If you want better XP gain, you could run higher level maps and blueprints, but just keep in mind that you're vastly increasing and diluting the unique reward room for like replicas that would compete with Stampede. I went to bed last night as you were trying to figure out why your damage doesn't feel so good. Did you figure it out? Yeah, so what really helped with pushing Eater and Exarch damage was a couple things. The first one was my hit cap was still low. I fixed that by I had to put the increased mana reservation here, and then I leveled up my precision. I then took an accuracy node here and here, and that helps my hit chance a lot. I then took these impale nodes right here to get even more damage, and that helped out a lot with finishing those fights. Does Onslaught give us new speed even with Stampede? No. I'm pretty sure it doesn't because it's movement speed, not action speed. So, yeah, it's for the damage, not so much the movement speed. Stampede kind of locks you in to a set movement speed. The only way to really noticeably modify it is with increasing action speed through like Shrine. So using the belt from 3.28 would have been good for that. Pretty much, Blaze, like that's what I'll be doing in 3.29 is I'll go the mapping version of the build and I'll run Cyclone of Tumult with Stampede, and then once I can afford a Mage Blood and go that route, then I'll run Mage Blood with all the tech to go super zoomy and then regular Cyclone. You lose like some damage not doing Tumult, but you know, we'll have more than enough damage to do juice mapping content and we'll have lots of speed. And I prefer that version of the build over the bossing version of the build that uses Stampede. The bossing version of the build is really good if you just quite literally want to go kill Ubers all day. You'll just like essentially blow them up in 5 seconds. But that's if that's what you want to do. I really don't like bossing in this game all day. Like, I prefer to just map and make currency if I'm playing trade, or just map and grind stuff out if I'm playing SSF. I really don't get a thrill out of just farming Ubers endlessly. It's not... I know some people like to do that for money, and it is good money, but that's not what I like to do. But you can go the bossing version of the build, and I have videos on my YouTube channel where I go in and I blow up like Eater Exarch in like several seconds, and you just chain farm them. That is a way to make money. Dude, what is with all the freaking 6 sockets, bro? Crazy. So for Rune Graph, that's from King's March. Check my comment from above. You should look for a rogue trinket that has smugglers' caches have 9%, 10% chance to duplicate. Ooh. Yes, we should. Good call. Good call. I've only found one cache so far. There should be a second one somewhere. I play SSF, so my farm strategies are different than what you'll do on trade. I'll be farming the league mechanic, and I'll also be farming Heist and Blight for boots, which is what I'm demonstrating now, what that looks like. That's typically what I do. Alright, we should have enough markers to run these blueprints now. So we're going to assign rogues to these real quick. And I have an old blueprint in here, I guess. Do these.
Everyone, quiet. I believe I was requested. This is still being the boss has signed off on it. Sorry, plans are still changing.
Hello, everyone. It's Tim.
Sorry, plans are still changing.
Whoops, must have taken a wrong turn.
No, wait. Everything seems to be in order. I have been requested. Sorry, plans are still changing. Sorry, plans are still changing. What's the job? Everyone, quiet. I look good. Seems simple enough. I need quiet. Straightforward. Good. You have the go.
All right.
Hello.
Alright guys, we got another couple blueprints to do.
Try not to focus on how bad we are. We've got a fight on our hands.
You can transfer the movement speed bot from Stampede onto a global unique, like pair of boots. The problem is we lose the anoint that we get from Stampede, so you gotta figure out what makes up for that. Losing the anoint. Which I haven't figured that out yet, to be honest.
I wanted to save this one for a special occasion. You
Haven't figured that one out yet. You should be able to very comfortably take the level 96 version of the build to depths 3 to 400, and then probably a little bit more defensive investment to get down to 5 to 600. I think that the level 96 loadout, based on my testing with Delve a lot over the last 2 weeks, will get you to level 500 pretty easily. I was pushing levels 700 plus in Parisha on a build that had way less damage and defense than the level 96 loadout for this build. So I think 5 to 600 is very realistic with that loadout. You bossing might be a little tough. Like bossing at depth 350 will probably be more realistic with the the level 96 version. Bossing at like depth 600 is probably going to be somewhat painful with the level 96 version. But just clearing nodes should be fine. Yep. Exalted Orb? Oh my. Oh my game. Why are you being so nice to me? 3 life? Get out of here. 19 Exalted Orbs? Brother, let's go. 19 Exalted Orbs. The currency rewards are so nice in these wings. It's kind of crazy. 19 Egsies. Silver Brooch. I need my arrowhead game. Can you give me an arrowhead, please? Giving me like everything but an arrowhead, essentially.
I wanted to save this one for a special occasion. You owe me a new bomb.
Thanks, Blindsight, for the follow. Alright, we got another Thief's Torment. But we also got... Ooh, so there you go, guys. Now... Not great because it's not a fizz damage staff. You technically could take this. This isn't what you'd want to use because it has no block on it. But this is where I was saying, like, Heist is generally pretty good about giving you 6 links. This is like the second 6 link we've seen on this stream in like less than 8 blueprints. So they're not typically that rare. The problem is usually getting them on the right base and the right, basically the right base.
We have a job to do.
So we're actually not going to take that. What's this look like? Well, we'll take it for the fusings, because the trinkets, whatever. But yeah. I have gotten a 6-link staff before doing heist on a test run. I've gotten a 6-link chest doing it, so it's pretty good giving you 6 links every now and then. Alternative for Stampede boots if I'm lucky in SSF. Don't run Cyclone of Tumult. You can't run it without the boots, so you just go more into Cyclone. I mean, I will say this. It might take you a lot of blueprints. Yeah, even the axe was a 5-link. It might take you a lot of blueprints, but you will get Replica Stampede doing this. This is basically like if you're playing SSF, you've already accepted the fact that you're gonna grind a lot, right, for what you need. This is the best way to get the boots to play Cyclone of Tumult. And Tumult is a significant damage increase until you have a really good weapon, like a really good weapon to drop. Or you have other insane gear like a mage blood to scale stuff, like we do on the speed version with tailwind boots. So like, basically you just always want to play Tumult with Stampede until you get some serious good endgame gear. And if that means you have to farm heist for like 3 or 4 days, then you're farming heist for 3 or 4 days on SSF. That's the reality and the mindset that you should have if you're going to play this build on SSF. Your #1 priority is getting those boots, even if you have to run heist for like 10 days, because you have the worst luck that any human's ever had in the history of the world, then you're running heist for 10 days. Because your quality of life is just going to get so much better. And if you were to run heist that fucking long, you would have 2 6-links, because you've seen how common they are. You would have like a ton of GCPs, all your gems would be 20, 20. Because you get lots of GCPs from heist. So even if you have to spend days farming the boots here, you're gonna get so much other just good shit in terms of 6-links, GCPs, just raw currency, that your power gain is gonna scale anyways while you're in here doing all this. Your character will just get more and more powerful the more heist you do, until eventually the boots drop. 2% chance in heights for items to drop fully linked. We'll take that because that could actually get us, a fucking like 6-link or something. So why not? We're increasing the odds. Getting Stampede from Blight is a very RNG drop. It is not very reliable to farm Blight maps for Stampede. It is a lot easier over time to get it from doing the heist like I'm doing right now. Even if it takes you a few days of doing heist, it is you're way more likely to see the boots doing this than seeing regular Stampede from Blight. They are an incredibly rare drop for like SSF farming versus this strategy of low-level blueprints. But, it could take a few days to do it on heist too. It's all RNG at the end of the day. For trade, your best bet is just to buy the boots. So if you're playing trade, you don't do this. This is a demonstration of what to do on SSF. On trade, you're going to do whatever farm that you want to do to make money. And my recommendation would be pick up Replica Stampede for like 20 Chaos or however cheap it's going to be. And then once you have like some Divine saved up, you can get the actual Stampede boots. But you can honestly use Replica Stampede for like a long time. And then just swap over to regular Stampede when you want the increased cooldown recovery for your travel skills. Replica Stampede is a perfectly good alternative to use for a very long time. And you'll be able to pick up one of those incredibly cheap day 1, 2. You do not farm for boots on trade. This is a waste. This is a complete waste of time on trade. Unless, because even people that are farming heist for money are not doing low-level heists, right? They're doing higher-level heists because that's where the good items drop in the rewards room. So, like, this isn't even a good strategy that I'm doing right now for making money. This is specifically an SSF strategy for trying to get the boots to spawn. That's it. This has no value in a trade setting. I like the orbs of fusing. Fusings are more useful right now. Yeah, it's all about... SSF is all about the grind, baby. It's all about the grind.
Worth it, was it?
Yep, they just have a much more reliable spawn rate, specifically when doing low-level blueprints. But it's still RNG. I have ran like 90 blueprint wings before I've seen them drop. So it's also, you know, there's a bit of a range there. It just really depends. But eventually they will manifest into existence.
Feel so young again.
Look at that axe. Look at that juicy boy. I don't know, man. This is all kind of just like whatever. I'll take the axe, I guess. Just got a fraction orb on a T5 map. Rip your league luck. Yep. Imagine if I actually get something crazy from the reward room, like a 6 link or something. I feel like I used up so much of my league luck yesterday leveling this character. Just insane run. Pretty good.
He's a mute.
But we have the fossil too, like we were talking about. Ninja keyring, that's not what I want.
Go on, you. That's what we're here for.
Alright, chaos orbs are actually pretty good.
You've been spotted.
Up, smugglers' caches have 10% chance to duplicate contained rogue markers. It's that easy. It is a very nice trinket. Yep. Sometimes you get lucky, guys. Sometimes you get lucky.
Stop! There's a trap! A trap!
All right.
I command you to stop! Surrender or die!
This is pretty straightforward blueprint. Wing. Pretty straightforward.
Stop there! Ruda!
I mean, I had to play a whole new build so you didn't have to do Blight again. Yeah, trying to get the boots on Blight is just incredibly difficult. Don't really recommend that.
Don't stop moving.
This is a weird blueprint wing. Like around and around we go. Divine Orb. Ooh. Divine Orb. Yeah, sure. I have so many Regal Orbs now, I don't care to go back and pick it up. This is my league start. I was playing it today. Do you have a build somewhere? I have a build update on my YouTube channel with the POV and Mobilytics and all that. Just do heist for divines and you can buy them for real. See, that's the strat, guys. Just basically do heist, get divines, and then just buy the boot, you know? You can do this strategy to run higher level blueprints if you really wanted to. And then, yeah, just get like 2 divines and buy the boots. Divines as a reward in blueprint wings are actually not super rare to see.
Would you care to accompany me?
Yeah, no problem, Fred. Dude, I can't get an arrowhead to drop for the life of me, man. It's crazy. Yeah, I would recommend on your Cyclone link. It depends, but I prefer to run it with infused channeling and fortify until you have a source of fortification, whether from melee hits have chance to fortify on chest or the tree, because it feels really good having those extra defensive layers on the build. Orb of fusing this. Yep, so basically the trinket's the best way then for the 10% dupe. Is what it looks like. Thanks, Blaze, for the follow. We'll take a look at that. I pick up Fortified in the tree later. Yep. We always get Fortification event. We do chest implicit with Eldritch currency, and then eventually we use a cluster jewel to do it on ours, but yeah. Alright. Not bad currency for A2 SSF. Well, we can't do much about map tier, unfortunately, so that is what it is. The trinket's nice. we got a blueprint. Nice. More than anything, we just need coins right now. Always farming the coins. I guess we do need the blueprints because, or the contracts too. Just rather reveals, I think. That's it for caches here. I run all my blueprints white. Yeah, Chris, I don't run any blueprints with mods. So I run contracts white and I run blueprints white because it doesn't affect the reward room. Yeah, Nameless Dystopian, when he told us about the farm, mentioned that right off the bat. Way back in the day. I guess 3.28. 3.27 going into 3.28. That is it for this map. I could have sworn I got at least one cache in there. Oh no, there was no caches. I didn't catch that. I'm tired and spacing now. It's been a long day. Is there really no caches here? Oh, I did pick up the grain. Not mean to do that.
Greetings.
That is an MTX. I am using Ghost Flame Cyclone Effect in honor of the new league. This is going to be my MTX, the pirate outfit, Corsair, with Ghost Flame, Portal, and Cyclone. How's the shoe shopping going? You know, it's a grind. It is a grind. I like the way you phrase that though. Shoe shopping. That's nice. Bro, these contracts are massive, dude. This is like PoE 2 level zones. What is this nonsense? Oh, we will 100% run back for a GCP. Hello, friend. I guess to be fair, I got to come back that way anyways, so that wasn't really that efficient, but whatever. It is basically that, yeah. We're window shopping and hopefully we get the right thing. They're just never in stock. The boots are never in stock. You know what I would like is a change to the heist experience is the icons being a little bit larger, the room types. Just slightly larger.
Probably just a rat. Let's find out. Always knew I'd knock him dead. So close. Perfect! Now for the climax! Security and... Don't stop moving. Take a bow. That was the... What do you... Oh, okay then. Take your time. This is just the warm-up act. There's enemies heading our way.
What's my gold situation looking like? We might gamble for some staff here in a second just to do something a little fun. Got a lot of gold to burn. Nope. All my gear is rare right now. It's all rare.
Take a bow. That was
Good luck to you. Ahoy there!
Wonder what will come first for me on League, a replica stampede or an orb to sell and then just buy the stampede. We were saying earlier, because I've gotten a divine from the reward room already today, I was like, yeah, just get divines from the reward room and then you just buy the regular boots. That's a perfectly valid strategy. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, I use Mage Blood in one of the loadouts in my POV, and then we use Rise Lavas in the bossing version.
I like
It is hereby authorized.
There'll be time for that soon enough.
What do you need?
Lovely.
Perish!
A simple siege. Sure, that ended.
Unit heading up to the code 3 chase. Suspect was last reported southbound on Highway 99.
Order without reaching. What? No breakfast.
Thanks, Feeling, for the follow. Appreciate it.
Welcome to action.
So that's a Replica Abyssus and a Replica Paradoxia. What is this room that we just wandered into? I feel like we have to take this. Alright. Alright, game. We'll unveil it for funsies.
Keep going.
To make it quick.
Rush engineering.
A Replica Paradoxia. Crazy. Alright. Let's see what we get here. Under 25% increased fizz damage, chance to cause bleeding on hits. What do you think we pick here? Guess I would go with, wow, these all suck. It's a terrible second roll. Sure. Okay. I'd take that, I guess. Chance to deal double damage. Crit chance. We need one other good prefix on this thing. Oh, it's all garbage. Would have been dope if I'd picked the Chaos Resist earlier and then did... I don't know, this is all shit. It's bricked. It's bricked. The joys of playing SSF. Alright guys, so that's pretty much an insight into heist farming and blight. So basically, yeah, you set up your atlas to do this. I think we did like 8 or 10 blueprints, so that's kind of the low end for potentially seeing the boots. Like I said, on average, it can take anywhere from like 10 to 30 or 40 blueprints depending on your RNG. So you would just essentially keep running maps and printing blueprints, and then you would just run them over and over. And as you can see, we get decent stuff. We got a divine from one of them, and we got like we saw 2 6-links, just not on bases we could use. And that's in the span of like 8 or 9 contracts we did. So I mean, heist is pretty rewarding, even off the low level blueprints, especially when you're talking like day 2 SSF. So yeah, I will probably do this again tomorrow, or I'll probably post a poll in Discord again about different options for stream, depending on what people want to see. But essentially, if we do this tomorrow, it would just be running heists for another few hours and seeing if we get lucky for the boots. Oh, let's gamble for a staff real quick. We have some money before I head out here. Maybe we'll get something crazy from Faustus. So yeah, feel free to join the Discord. I'll be posting a poll sometime tomorrow before I get off work about potential things we could do for stream. And then whatever you guys think would be fun to do. Basically, I'm just killing time until Friday when we can hit 3.29 and start, you know, exploring the depths of the ocean. So yeah, the next like 2 or 3 nights are just gonna be chill streams like this where we just do random things. And then we'll hit it hard on Friday for the actual league start.
I'd consider that a win.
Soul Rest. New portal scrolls. Move portal scrolls up a row. What do you mean by move? Yeah, oh no, I'm just sending it real quick. That being super efficient. Yeah. It's all good. All garbage. Come on, Faustus, let's end it on a high note.
Could do worse, exile. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Well, that is what it is. Alright guys, so yeah, that's the plan for tomorrow. I'll put a poll up, kind of see what people would like to see. But yeah, heist, pretty easy farm, pretty good drops. Which mechanic will you use at the start to farm? I'll be doing heist if I'm playing SSF to get the boots. It's just really good. One of the things I kind of mentioned earlier was you get a decent amount of GCPs from doing a heist between this and then just the amount of quality gems that can drop. You get like a decent amount of GCPs. So if you run a heist for like a couple days, you're actually going to generate like enough GCPs to more than likely have all your gems at like 2020. So you can see like our assassins was at 5% and yeah, now it's up to 14. So just running heists like hard over the weekend when you can go like 10 hours each day or whatever, like you can get so many GCPs, you can pretty much have all your active skills and a lot of your supports at 20% quality. And that plus the socket color boost with 10% is gonna be pretty crazy. But yeah, I'm gonna head out and get some sleep, guys. I appreciate all the support, and yeah, I will catch you guys tomorrow.